What would
what it
happen
is.
in your opinion if they were to fight? Because a lot of people do favor Canelo. A lot of people favor Benavidez. They mention it as a true 50-50 fight between the two.
Nah, Canelo's not beating him.
Wow.
No, I don't see how Canelo's beating him. Canelo's smaller than me, shorter than me. And I was able to push David around a few rounds, do what I had to do, whatever. But that weight and his length, and he knows how to throw like punches and bunches. It's going to be a hard task for Canelo. And then David's not somebody that's going to let up on you either. He's not going to like he has no like distance as far as like this fight is. That's like, you could jab with each other. Like you can sit back, what distance, get it. No, he's on your ass once he's like he starts warming up, and because he's big, he's long, he can protect himself. Look, for me, his shit was like it was down to his hip. He's a how can you score shots with that if you're not a big, powerful puncher to like wear and tear him down? Um, I don't blame him not to fight David. Canelo, stay away from David. Don't do it. Let me get out of it with that. Don't do it. Listen, I'm taller and longer than Canelo, and like I don't know if Canelo can. That's a big boy, man. I don't care. The skills is you gotta really have the right skill set, movement, IQ, sharpness to like beat David. Unless David just fights the next biggest man in the 75, it's going to be a different story. But at 168, that's how you have to be to beat him. But 75, it's a whole different playing field. You got some heavy hitters out there.
Yeah, you might be then. Well, that's probably you're saying, hey, there's a reason why Canelo's not fighting, David because of the things that you just mentioned. Like, well, that's in your opinion that there's the reason.
I knew the reason too. David was never on my radar. I was looking at him like, yeah, that's gonna be a bad motherfucker right there. Whoever fights him, and it happened to be me. It just that's how sometimes the world works. Obstacles, the universe, like it just our paths collapsed, and that was fine, and I was fine with it. I'm not scared of a fight. Is pretty much is what I'm saying. Let's fight. You might have the upper hand, but you know what? I have the skills, ability, the will, the mindset to put it out there. Yo, people lose in life or win in life, whatever. I look at it as a win-win. Nothing. It was a great match. I loved it. I got good experience being in the ring because of like I'm barely in the ring. And it was like it was good. I had fun at the end of the day too. Even though I was going through whatever I was going through, I try to keep myself in the good spirit. But
Touching just lastly on your perspective on David and Canelo, do you think David stops Canelo then, based on like what you're saying and what you've seen?
I mean, if you watch David's fights, he's punches and bunches. He usually does that. He usually gets to overwhelm you. Plus at the 168 pound, he walks in that ring big. I don't care what anybody says. What he says, I know last time he said something about I was only 180 pounds. Bullshit. You was when he fought the 175 guy.
Oh,
That boy
Vosdek.
yeah. David's a big boy. He got a lot of weight he could put on. His body frame, no muscle. He's one of them freaky genetic kids, like no muscle, power, speed. And then he could put the weight on easily. Take it off the right way through training certain people, and then once he just whoop, swole right back up. Look, Member was in his corner. Member was in Edgar's corner with when it came to their biggest test and biggest fight with me, with David, now Edgar with Canelo. So it was just like they picked up, whoever they picked, and they put him on, put that weight on, and he was a big boy. Canelo's a good fighter. I have nothing against Canelo as far as his boxing. I do have things against him as far as like why he be talking shit to me and why he hasn't stepped up to the plate and fought me, right? Somebody that became 2 divisional world champion, recently fought David Benavidez, trying to get all the big fights. It's like, why are you giving these other opportunities to these guys that has really never done anything? Doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, like you said, he is his own boss. He can choose more power to him. But you don't want to like get in there with like great fights too. But that's his word, his opinion on that. But yeah, I don't think Canelo's beating David. I don't think anybody clearly nobody at 168 right now is beating him. But Morrell was a 168. Now they move up to 175, which that seems like their proper weight category. If he's not there, and I move up to 168, who have to worry about?
Well, like I said,
Since he's not there, let's make these fights happen
yeah,
now.
no, there's a lot of openings there for you.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's tangle. What are we waiting for?
so there's talk too of like Canelo and Crawford. Like you're mentioning that you feel like David's just too big, too young, just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've been travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever. Everybody. The stories can go on, but yeah, when it comes to weight and power, man, that shit is real. You know. And then skills too, skill level too. Like Canelo's not no pushover. Look what he did to the little girl Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlo, big bad wolf, and he ran the whole night off of a couple of hooks. Like Canelo threw a couple of hooks and he just ran all night. It's like, where's that? You know, let's fight. I think Crawford has the skills, but when it comes to start getting shots or blocking them power shots, and Canelo knows how to move too. He has agility. It's not like a robot. I mean, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, but that's a huge fight. A lot of fans want to see it. Like even a lot of trainers I've spoken to have said and feel that Terrence, because of his skill level, can bridge the gap between weight and make it even because he's so damn good and his IQ is so damn good.
My opinion is my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo. But still, do I think he can give him a good fight? And I'll be sitting there rooting for Crawford all day. I'll put all my money. I'm always going to bet on black, always. But do it in reality of it, I just think Canelo knows how to fight. He knows how to come in big and he can throw hard shots. He's a technical guy too. Look what he did to Colin Smith, hitting elbows, hitting arms, hitting all this other stuff. He's going to use those same type of tactics on the smaller guy. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just talking real boxing facts. I'm not trying to be in this fantasy world because it's not what I'm in.
Are you going to continue to stay at 168 pounds?
Yeah, 168 pounds is a good weight class. I think there's a lot of great fights. Just the guys I mentioned are all in 168 pound weight class. I think there's nothing for me at 160, nor do I want to even try to make that weight anymore. I outgrown it. Like I'm big now. You know, we all get older. We don't get younger. And there's, like I said, there's better fights at 168. And I fought the biggest guy at 168. My second fight at 168. No, like whatever. Like, you know, like it is what it is. Nobody on this side is scared to get in the ring with anybody, win, lose, or draw. Like I'm able and I can hang in there and do what I need to do. But you know, that time versus David was just a rough year for me. I'm like get over like, you know, grieving. I lost a close family member that's close to my heart. My little brother almost like, you know, didn't make it either. Like, and then I had to prepare for training. And so like there's a lot of fighters, a lot of people out there in life that would have like passed up the opportunity to fight David or become a 3 division world champion because of those type of situations. And you got guys that's like, oh, I'm mentally unstable for this. I can't. No, I take boxing as of my way out in life, and I use it to my full ability to, you know, set my future and keep me from being contained. I like to have freedom. So that's what it does for me. So therefore, yeah, it was rough. You know, at moments in the gym, it would just hit me and I would just like stop. Like there's no motivation. I just want to go lay down now. I just want to go home. I just want to go to sleep. And you know, that what happened throughout the whole year. You know, I finally got over it, and now I'm ready to, like, you know, let's brew something up. Even though I was trying to brew something up early on, like I told you, like about February, March, for May, at least July, August. Okay, I'll be back in the ring. I think that's a good time frame. Let's make something happen. You know, so it was just a tough year for me during that time.
Yeah, I can hear in your voice. It's still a tough thing to even think about or bring up. How much did that affect you coming into that fight with David?
It affected me a lot. I mean, I don't I don't try to use it as an excuse for my performance or nothing. I'm not one of those guys. It's just now I feel comfortable letting like some of the boxing world media, whatever, know what was happening during that time, because people want to know what's going on with Demetrius. They want to know who I am. They want to get the parts that they don't get to see. Like, yeah, I was in a hurt state, a sad state, kind of like depressed state of mind. And but at the end of the day, I got children. I have an opportunity. I have to keep moving forward because life don't stop moving. You know, life just keeps moving. At the end of the day, no matter what happens in life, and so you know, there's no pause in life. So, yeah, it's tough. You know.